John, good morning. How are you?
Hey Wes, I'm really well, thank you.
Well, thank you for the time this morning. Let's just get rolling here. Seven
Sure.
blanks, the first letter of each blank, and you got 30 seconds. It's a fun yet sometimes chaotic game known as America Says. Let me just start off by saying I think I've been watching around since the first season in 2018, and I think
Oh,
it's great.
really?
Yeah, I've a longtime fan of the Game Show Network, and that's how I first found out about the show. I love the fact that my wife and my 12-year-old can sit down with me, watch, laugh, and even play along with the game.
Yeah, I tell you, that is one of the best things. It's real blessing for me in this particular show. I've widened my demographic so wide at this point because very seniors all the way down to like 4-year-olds like it. It's really I've never had any project like that can appeal to and everybody in between. I've never had something like that. So I'm really thankful for that.
It is a great show, and you're now on season 5, airing on the Game Show Network. How many episodes are there now that are in the can and taped?
I think we've got like 530 or something like that. It's amazing.
That is, yeah, that's truly amazing. When you first signed on to the project, did you ever imagine it becoming something as big as it is?
No, I imagined it ending in about 2 weeks. So it just keep going went on and on and on. So the designers of the game were very good, very clever about what their audience needed, and also gave them a lot of surprises. Which is if you can do those two things when you're designing any show, even a scripted show, you're going to be just fine. And we were. So I'm really thankful to them too.
And speaking of surprises, there are definitely surprises in terms of the answers that contestants give. There's some shocking ones because they're not even close to what's could even be on the board.
Well, we put them into a panic situation. We give them too little time to do what we ask them to do, which is where the fun starts, right? And then people get desperate and they just start saying any word that begins with the letter T, and only one of them is going to be right, and all the rest are going to be, if not ridiculous, then something surprising. So it's a really fun to watch. Unfortunately, it's fun to watch somebody in a panic.
Yes, very much so. And I also love like when the team says the same answer like 5 times, hoping that maybe by the fifth.
That's happens all the time. Yeah, they just keep thinking, if I just keep saying it, maybe they'll just show up because it's exhausted. It's so. But also, there's a strategy some teams use. I've noticed that people have built strategies around the game, and
Interesting.
a lot of them to save time. In other words, I don't know the T, but my partner, my one of my teammates might. So I'm not going to burn the clock down. I'm just going to say sugar every time if I don't know it. So no time is wasted of me going sugar. So that's one thing teams do sometimes. So sometimes they'll say the same word over and over and over, and they're really just trying to use as little time on the clock as they
I never thought about it that way, but yeah, good call there. I've seen a lot of times though too. The teams might get you involved in whatever their hobby is when you go to talk to
can.
them and
Yeah.
find out. Are you caught off guard by that, or do you know that it's coming in advance?
But about half the time I know it's coming, and the other half I don't. And usually, even if I know it's coming, I'm really not prepared for what it is they're going to do with me. And generally, they're teaching me a dance or putting some piece of costuming on me or something like that. I'm always surprised at those things. I try not to. I don't ever know the answers to any of the questions, which is something that I've chosen to do because it keeps me involved in the game, and it keeps me as a sort of bookmark for the players and for the audience. I don't know either, so I'm struggling, which is fun, and as a result, I'm also um, trying to catch up when these contestants try to teach me a dance. It would just be like a real person learning a dance and not being very good at it. I think that's important too.
Well, that's good to know because I was going to ask if you knew the answers going into round because you don't hold a card to know the
No,
answers or anything like that.
No, I read them right off the board. I read the question right off the board, just the way the contestants do. Same board. So I don't have cards. I don't have a card to say, "Oh, you're a dentist who lives in Encino." Most game shows have that. The host has that card.
Hmm.
Say, it says here that you're that. I don't do that either. So it just keeps the game, for me at least, much more present, lively, unexpected.
In terms of filming, how many episodes do you typically do a day?
Well, in the old days, we were definitely doing 6 every day, 5 days a week. Really hard. Um, but we are now down to basically a 5-show day, sometimes 6, sometimes a 4. We're flip on and off, basically depending on my stamina.
Well, the America Says is now on Game Show Network, airing the 5th season. As far as for you, is there anything you have coming up or in the pipeline that you can speak on?
Well, my scripted show, Saved by the Bell, still is on Peacock, and it's currently our showing seasons 1 and 2, and I also appear in the Academy Award nominated Best Picture film, Licorice Pizza. So you could always check me out in that as well.
Very good. Well, John Michael Higgins, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate you, and look forward to a good laugh tonight on another episode of America Says.
Thank you for watching, Wes. I appreciate it. And thanks for the interview. It's fun.